Um, the last thing I wanted to talk about is the news that just broke this afternoon with CMC being out for the season due to his high ankle sprain that he sustained during the game uh, against the Dolphins. He tried to give it a go and finish the game, but he was in and out of the lineup. The X-rays were negative on that, but then I guess the MRI this morning revealed that it's gonna take some time to heal, and maybe 1 or 2 weeks. But putting him on IR means at least 3 weeks you got to be on IR. So they put him on IR. This is the second time on IR this year, I think. I don't know if that means something, but if it's only 5 weeks or 5 games left, you out for 3 weeks. Right off back, best case scenario, let's say after the 3 weeks, your ankle is 100% ready. By that time, since we're coming up on a bye week, you would only miss 2 games, and there'll be 3 games left that you can make if you're cleared to practice at that third week, and you're 100% and you're activated and eligible for that game, right? The decision to put him on IR and then say his season is done sounds like that the Panthers don't think it's worth it to bring him back with those 3 games left, which means they don't think they're going to make the playoffs, and it's just not worth the risk to bring him back just for 3 games. Let's say he is only 2 games that he can come back for. Let's say he missed 3, right? So those last 2 games, I think they don't think they're going to be in a position to make the playoffs, so it's pointless to bring him back. If that's the case, I'm interested to think what type of decisions they're going to make this summer. Of course, you got CMC locked up to 2025. He's owed some money next year, a bunch of money. Cam Newton's on a 1-year contract. Do you sign him, or do you give Sam Darnold a second chance, or do you draft a quarterback, or do you go after Deshaun Watson? Those are all questions they gotta ask themselves and come up with a decision before the offseason. And then you have to do something to make that offensive line a whole lot better. All those are question marks. But here's the problem that I think that the Panthers are having. You got those same question marks with the coaching staff. Joe Brady, Matt Rule. I don't know if it's I don't know. This relationship ain't working out, I don't think. They've mismanaged money. They've mismanaged the quarterback position for sure. I mean, you come in and you right away say, without even giving it a shot, Cam is not our guy. You let Cam go. You bring in Teddy Bridgewater, give him some guaranteed money with some years. After 1 year, you decide that he's not the guy. Release him, give Sam Darnold more guaranteed money and some years. And halfway through the season, you decide he's not the guy, only to come back and bring Cam back midway through the season to try to save your season and ticket sales with not knowing the playbook, and throw him out there and expect some type of miracle, I guess, right? And then you gave him about 10 million. It's very bad, and I think they're making bad decision after bad decision to try to negate or cover up the previous bad decision. So at some point you gotta stop the bleeding. And to be honest with you, I wouldn't be sad to see them just say, hey, look, it's not working, and fire the whole staff and bring in a whole new staff. I mean, I would love to see some of these hotshot offensive coordinators that's so coveted that people are claiming they're bombing the interviews, like Eric Bieniemy or like Brian Leftwich, or I mean, can you talk Bill Cowher coming back out of retirement? I don't know. Like, do something that's solid that's not grabbing a coach out of college and saying, hey, come up here and learn the pros and save our franchise at the same time with no quarterback and a hot shot running back and no O-line. Just very weird, man. So they got a lot of things they got to figure out. CMC is not going to be there for the rest of the season, so it looked like they're tanking on the playoffs. They're 5-7 right now. The last 5 games they got is against 4 divisional opponents and rivals, and Buffalo being the 5th. So you got the Falcons next, and then the next 4, not in this order, is Buffalo, Tampa, New Orleans, and then Tampa again. So you got Tampa twice, New Orleans once, Buffalo, and the Falcons. Which one you think they can get out of those games? Do you think they can get the Buffalo game? I mean, any given Sunday, anything's possible. I mean, Jacksonville did beat Buffalo, so it's possible you come out here and have one of those type of games where you can put it all together and click and beat Buffalo. But if I'm a betting man, I would put my money on Buffalo. Can you beat the Falcons? Yes. But you also were supposed to beat the Washington football team and the Dolphins. Those should have been wins, right? So it's possible that you come out there and lay an egg against the Falcons as well. But if I'm a betting man, I probably would put my money on the Panthers on that one, right? So let's say they beat the Falcons, lose to Buffalo, that puts them at 6-8. Let's see they beat New Orleans, that puts them at 7-8. And let's say they drop the 2 against Tampa Bay. You finish the season 7-10, which is, what was you at last year? I think you won. I want to say they won 5 or 6 games last year. So it's progression, but pretty much the same. So you got to start evaluating everything. I think they're gonna take a long, hard look at the coaching staff, and I think of course they're gonna evaluate Cam Newton as well. And I think the only person that is for sure that's going to be there is the guy you locked up to 2025, which is CMC, which is out for the season. For the 3rd season in a row, he's missed significant time. So me personally, I would be evaluating that as well, but I don't think Carolina will. I think Carolina is set on him because he's a superstar. He's a great talent, and I don't think you just get rid of something like that easy. However, if you go for the option of trying to get Deshaun Watson out of Houston and it had to happen via trade, I think the only thing that you can trade is CMC. I don't think Houston would accept anything else. And if you're the Carolina Panthers, at that point, do you take that opportunity to get a franchise quarterback, those are very hard to find, right? And when you do find a franchise quarterback, you can ride them for 10 plus years. But, time has shown us that you can only ride star running backs for about 5 to 6 years before they start looking like Le'Veon Bell or before they start getting nicked up and injured like CMC, right? So where you want to invest your money in. So I say all that to say this. If they come calling and saying, hey, we want CMC for Deshaun Watson, I do that trade in a heartbeat. I get Deshaun Watson and I look for a running back elsewhere, free agency, the draft, whatever, right? I do that. I'm more likely to find another CMC or better before I'm likely to find another Deshaun Watson or better, because people can find a Baker Mayfield all day long and draft number 1 and not pan out, right? So I go with the proven commodity at quarterback. You have to. But that's all I got to say about that, man. Leave it in the comment section, man, what you think the Panthers should do after another season of CMC not being able to finish. Do you think it's time to call it quits on CMC and use him as trade bait and move on with your franchise? Do you think it's time to call it quits on Matt Rule and Joe Brady. So give me your thoughts in the comment section. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you share this content and come back for more content, not just on the Panthers, but also check out the Man Down podcast as we discuss everything in sports, and even some current events. So check that out. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. I think last time I checked, uh, probably around 90% of the people who watch the content are not subscribed. So go ahead and give us a sub and a like and a share, and we'll see y'all next time.